Hello and welcome. I'm Parul Sharma and you're watching Zoom TV. We are very familiar with today's guest because we've seen her on our screens ever since she was a child. She has blossomed into a beautiful, talented young woman in front of our very own eyes. Please join me in welcoming Hansika Motwani. Hi Hansika, welcome to the show.
Hello, thanks for having me.
So, firstly, congratulations on your marriage and, of course, your latest show. And we're going to talk about all of it and get into all of it and get all the juice out. But I want to begin from the very beginning. Okay, let's go to the very beginning. And, like I said in my intro as well, you've essentially grown up in front of the camera and, you've been in the public eye since you were about 8 years old. You're what we would say a child actor in like the true blue sense of the word, right? Talk to me about how that's been for you because I would imagine it's a lot, like a lot of pressure, a lot of love, a lot of everything.
Well, I think I've been one of those fortunate kids where, I had my childhood, I had a good career, and I had a good adolescent age. And my mom always made sure that I am very well protected and I got the best of both worlds.
I think your vantage point of this is very unique.
Yeah, when my kids will see my journey, they'll be like, wow, mom, we have everything in line. I don't need to picture and say, this is me, this is that time. Well, it just works all in my favor. And I think I've been a blessed soul, to be honest, to have everything out there
Yeah.
and no regrets. I think I've just been very lucky.
Of course, like I said, congrats on the shadi. You married your partner Sohael a couple of months ago. Firstly, and you must be candid and real with me, how has married life been treating you? This is a safe space. You can tell me.
Honestly, it's been great, except my address, nothing has changed. I'm in the next wing and my mom's house is right here. It's very easy, and he's been my best friend, and it's just marriage is just a tag right now, but everything is just the same for me.
How much of a difference have you felt, I guess, apart from, of course, like you said, the
Just the
wings have changed,
address, just the
just the
address.
address. Everything else has been the same. Okay,
Yeah.
tell me your whole story. How did you fall in love? Where did it come from? What is it that, made you look at Sohail and be like, this is it, this is the guy, this is the one who I'm spending the rest of my life with?
Well, he's been my best friend for a while now, and he is actually my brother's best friend. And then we started becoming best friends, and then eventually we started dating, and here we are. It is just very organic. We don't even have an anniversary date or this day I said this or this. So yeah, me and Sohail are like, chalo shadi ki date hi hamari anniversary date hai. We don't have like a couple date. But it just happened. It's very organic. Earlier when I used to hear na ki प्यार दोस्ती है and the two best friends, and I was like, ये सब झूठ है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. But now that I'm in it, I'm just like,
Yeah.
true. When you get married to your best friend, it's a different feeling, and it's actually the most surreal thing that can happen to one.
You documented the whole, dreamy fairy tale wedding in your new show. It's called Hansika's Love Shadi Drama. Firstly, how did you come to the decision that, you wanted to share this very personal moment of yours with the public? Because I think it's important to know the psyche that kind of went behind it and, the thought process. And second part of the question is now that it's out there, how do you feel? Like no regrets, nothing, right? We're all on board.
Actually, I've grown up in front of the camera. It's been 20 years. People have seen my journey, and why hide my wedding? I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm getting married to the love of my life, and I wanted my fans to be invited. Of course, there's something called logistics. Can't invite like the whole of most of the people. So when Hotstar came up with the idea, I was like, wow, I am doing something like this, and it'll be great that my fans can witness it, and I can invite them for my wedding. So what better than this? How do I feel about it now that episode 1 is out? I feel great. A lot of people come and say this is a very bold move.
Yeah.
I say, and I reply back, yes, it is. Now it hits me. I was like, wow, this is really a bold move. But I want to be as transparent to my fans as I can. And there's nothing to hide. I've not done anything wrong. So I'm very happy and proud about it.
Absolutely. We are in the, day and age where like a celebrity wedding is kept under, like it's like the most well kept secret ki bhai MI6 ki ye CBI chal raha hai, and nobody, not a detail is leaked, and all of those things are, we have to, like, the fans especially, I mean, more so the fans than anybody else, they just want to be a part of, I guess, the person that they love, happy moments in their life.
I wanted everything to be wrapped around the wedding. My invites were out, my themes were out, my venue was out, everything was out.
Yeah.
But I think it all fell in place, and I'm just very happy that the series is finally out. People can see it, witness it, and be a part of my wedding.
Did Sohail have any apprehensions, or was he on board from like day one? What were those sort of conversations like?
So he doesn't like taking pictures solo. He
Oh,
does
good Lord.
take a passport pictures. That's it. Otherwise, every picture he wants me around, or he wants his family or someone. He cannot take solo pictures. So it's like putting the boy in the sea and saying start swimming.
Yeah.
Uh, but he was quite a sport, and he's like, whatever you want, babe, I'll be a part of it.
Did you guys manage to, like, I mean, of course, I know we'll see it in the show, but were there any tricky moments while you were filming? Because of course, you can have a certain idea of how something is going to play out, but then when it's
Well,
actually happening.
honestly, I wanted this to be exactly like how the show is said, a reality show. I didn't want it to be sanitized at all. I wanted it to be very organic. So yes, the cameras were around me, but the cameras were like a fly on the wall, and nothing was fiction. Everything was reality.
I love that. Well, it's a reality show in the true sense of the word, then I believe. I also imagine it was really challenging to sort of be vulnerable on camera and sort of share your intimate moments leading up to the wedding as well, because it's not just the day; it's also all the conversations and all the sort of things that go behind arranging it. So, what was that experience like? And were you ever scared you'll be like bridezilla, or people will be like, "This is not so flattering"?
In fact, I was not bridezilla at all.
Yeah.
I'm a person who micromanages everything. So I had everything in control. The only thing I had to manage was my emotions. But at a point, I was like, I am a little girl who's getting married. I'm going to have emotions.
Yeah.
And why hide it? I'm not the first person getting married. So, yeah, I was like, everything I want should be organic. That was my whole thing. And I told the team also, we will keep it organic. We will not sanitize anything. We'll keep it as original, as real as we can.
And did it ever feel surreal while you were shooting that you were like, oh my God, I can't believe I am firstly here doing this, and secondly, it's also getting
No, after
documented?
the show, I'm just like, wow, I have my own reality show. Like it's called Hansika's Love Shadi Drama. I never thought of it. My
Yeah.
girlfriends make fun of it. That in Hansika, remember, we used to say we'll keep our own reality show and we'll put this and that. But I actually have my own reality show. But that's that.
Hmm.
When I was shooting, there was nothing like that. For me, again, I wasn't shooting. They were shooting me.
Yeah.
I was just playing myself.
Like I mentioned earlier, and of course, we know this at this point, that you have grown up in the public eye. And of course, there's, always going to be someone who has something negative to say. And I personally feel this about not just you, but all the people who have kind of grown up in front of a camera. Everyone feels like they're entitled to have an opinion, and, anyone can say whatever you want. And now, of course, the show has also had a little bit of backlash with that. And you have dealt with this before, and quite beautifully, I will say, because when you did Aapka Surur and all of a sudden everyone saw you kind of grow up and people like, oh my God, this is Hansika. And, we saw her as a little kid. Now she's this person. You've dealt with it before and quite beautifully with a lot of strength. But talk to me about how personally that has been for you. Does it ever tend to take a toll?
See, once I decide to be an actor, I'm giving the rights to the public to write anything about me, say anything about me. So these are the plus and the minuses that I had to understand before I enter a film industry, which is fine. If they're appreciating me, there will be few people who will criticize, and it's okay. I'm fine with it. Let them talk. It's fine. As far as they're talking, let them talk. Keep talking about me. That matters. It's just that I must be making some difference in their life that they're still talking about me. I must be something that they in treating just being very vocal. Just to be very vocal about it. How should I put it? I must be really important to that particular person to write something about me.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm okay. There are pros and cons in any industry, and it's fine. But again, when you see the show, uh, it's out from the horse's mouth what's the truth and what's not. So it's
Yeah. You said this very beautiful line in the trailer, actually, where you said, a pen and a paper, and, anyone can just write words and try to ruin someone's life or try to really change the course of someone's life. I want to know, like, how has your relationship with the media sort of evolved over all this time?
I've always been fond of the media.
Hmm.
Me, whether it was the South or here, media has always welcomed me with their open hands and been very sweet and kind. Even now, when I'm interacting doing the media for LSD, people have been really nice, and they've been like probably, for example, you've been like, oh, we have a reality show on a celebrity's wedding and blah blah blah. It's fine. I like it. I'm open to for a dialogue. I'm happy that I'm interacting. I'm getting their views. I'm okay with it. So I think again that I'm very blessed, that I've been very well supported by the media, to put it
Hmm.
in clearer words. The rest is okay. That there will be a few people here and there might just not like it, might just say this is not the thing, that's a blah blah blah. I'm fine with it. It's okay. It doesn't really matter.
What else can we expect from Hansika in the coming years? Talk to me about upcoming projects. Make us start juice, DJ. Give me the insider deets. Where and when are we seeing you?
Well, all of them are in Tamil. I have 8 projects lined up this year. And yes, it's a very exciting year, and I'm really looking forward for it.
As a young person who is working a lot, do you ever sort of feel the fear of like burnout? Because I do feel like it's an important conversation to have, in terms of mental health and how one kind of deals with all of that. And you are working constantly and, putting yourself out
Honestly,
there a lot.
not working, that's when my mental health goes for a toss, because it's been 2 decades that I've been in front of the camera. I
Yeah.
only know how to work. And to be honest, I do take trips. I do take trips where I like sanitize my brains and come back. And I'm just like, okay, now I'm back to work. So I think I'm very well planned in terms of my year. I'll work like 3 months, then 15 days I'll take a break, and then again 3 months. So I do take breaks in between. But for me, I have to keep working. Otherwise, it doesn't work for me.
I
I
love
have
that. Okay. Best co-star you've had till date and why? Can be male or female.
would be Allu Arjun.
Oh,
Yeah. He was my
why?
first
Why?
co-star. He was my first co-star, and he was too much fun to work with.
Your 3 a.m. friend from Bollywood. Like, it doesn't have to be the time, but if you're in trouble or you know that someone is going to help you out, who is like your rock from the industry?
Would not be anyone from the industry. Would be one of my childhood best friends.
Wildest rumor you've ever heard about yourself?
See the show, you'll get to know.
You're talking about wild rumors in the show. Can't wait. Your biggest pet peeve on a set when you're shooting?
I have many. If someone crosses the camera on the wrong time, or someone's phone is on and the light is on my eye, many things like that actually.
The most bizarre reason you've ever been rejected for a role, where you're like, really this?
She's too young.
She's too young. Even when you were older, she's too young.
Yeah. She looks too young on camera. I'm like, huh?
और कितना बड़ी हूँ?
Yeah, I'm like 30. So yeah.
And lastly, your favorite moment from the wedding or the show that is always going to be really special to your heart?
The wedding.
The final, the
wedding.
day of the wedding?
Yeah, the day of the wedding, the Varmala time.
Oh, I love that. That's really fun always. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Hansika. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I wish you the very best for everything ahead.
Thank you.